The Reichsbank has no need to forbid such criticism. This is done by those powers who draw advantage from the policy of the Reichsbank by cashing in on the stock exchange fluctuations. That is why they resisted so stubbornly the nationalization of the Reichsbank. They want it to be managed as a private corporation so that the connection with the cesspool of the economic system, the stock exchange, is not lost. Of course, the Reichsbank is entirely disinterested in the speculation of the stock exchange. Its refusal to accept the absolute currency is simply motivated by its inability to conceive paper money scientifically. It denies every influence of its money policy on the prices of products and rates at the stock exchange. In full harmony with Karl Marx, it says, money can exchange only the value which it has itself. If you question what it understands by value, the answer is silence. I put forth the demand, and during 30 years I have done so untiringly, that the Reichsbank be raised to the status of a genuine state institution. Unconditional severance from the stock exchange. Sharpest separation from all tempting private economic matters. A monetary institution it must be. No more, no less. The issue of money bills must be done within rigid lines, drawn with scientific exactness, which exclude every arbitrary subterfuge, nip speculation at the stock exchange in the bud, make panics and the strike of money capital impossible. The management of the Bank of Issue must be made accessible to public supervision by making the simplicity of its principles transparent to all. As I had designed to set up the plan, every housewife would be in a position to make Hovenstein responsible for her domestic budget. All this was contained in my telegram to the Reichsbank. I am going to reform the currency system thoroughly by the only effective technique. I am forever leaving the uncertain road of a planless monetary policy and am proceeding to the realization of a currency standard based on the national index of commodity prices. Please inform me as to your attitude. This was the wording of my telegram to Hovenstein. It was an invitation to a thorough understanding of the currency problem on the basis of the permanent absolute stability, which consists in the complete acknowledgement that the general price level of the products is the exclusive measure of the supply of money. A man who here talks of experiments may be an excellent official, yet many have not the slightest idea of the comprehensive and far-reaching effects of modern speculation at the stock exchange, and have no clarity at all on the task which a bank of issue has to perform. What else is he than a good, honest, naive yes-man in the hands of tricky people who emphasize the necessity of keeping the Reichsbank as a private corporation in order to exert their influence on the nomination of the bank directors. And thus it can be understood why the Reichsbank obediently denounces any currency policy not dictated by profits and dividends as fantasy. Thus can be explained the inciting and yet helpless reply to my telegram, and the falsification of my telegram by the press, a brutal, well-planned falsification. To all to whom the currency problem is a book with 7 seals, the reply of Hovenstein is of course sufficient to condemn me as a fantastist and visionary. I would like to make a wager, however, that the man who calls me such in the Münchner Neueste Nachrichten has formed his opinion from this reply of Hovenstein. It seems to be an ineradicable illusion to see in every banker, every money changer, and particularly in every bureaucrat of the Reichsbank, an expert in currency problems. And yet, it is the banker who is the only citizen in the country who, professionally, never comes in contact with the currency problem. The currency problem derives from the fact that money is used as the exchange medium of commodities. The banker, who never buys and sells products, to whom money is only a means of payment and a settlement of accounts, who never learns the commercial uses of money, is disqualified from being regarded as an expert on money management, just as a merchant who uses weights, scales, and measures is disqualified from posing as an expert in metallurgy or engineering. Well, a banker is nothing but a money handler, and of all bankers in the direct and of all bankers, the directors of the Reichsbank possess this quality in the highest degree. What does the banker care whether the price of wheat rises or falls, or whether the average price level, the index of the economist, has changed? The banker is the only merchant whose debits and credits both consist of money and monetary claims. How different is it with the merchant, the manufacturer, the farmer, and their annual balance sheets, all fluctuations of the currency, all the Berlinese bungling are directly expressed, at present, for example, in gigantically inflated amounts of all items on the credit side.